So in today's video, I wanted to talk a little bit about a way to get more out of your practice and kind of start seeing improvements faster. Sometimes it seems counterintuitive to think about it this way, but in a lot of creative spaces or when we're trying to learn something, restrictions are actually better. And what I mean by restricted practice is say I was messing around with a chord progression. Let's say the chord progression goes B flat, D minor, E flat major. So that would be a 1-3-4 chord progression in the key of B flat. And let's say there's a YouTube backing track I've been checking out for that maybe it's that was garbage. My right hand's not awake yet. Let's try it again. There we go. That's my kind of groove. And let's say I'm trying to work on soloing over this. So one of the best things you can do to actually get better is targeting a specific area of your practice. So let's say I've been working on trying to get some arpeggios into my playing. So if I want to get better at using arpeggios, I'm going to try to restrict myself when I start practicing this to only playing over top of it with arpeggios. Let me just change patches here so I can actually set up a loop. So let's say I was going so if I wanted to solo over top of this, a great place to start would just be trying to play a B flat, and let me actually pause that for a second. Let's say I find a B flat major arpeggio for that B flat 1 chord. So let's say I play this one. Then I'd want to find an arpeggio for D minor that's close to that, and thank goodness for this one. Sorry, I made that a B flat major. It should have been. And then I want an arpeggio for E flat major, which would be. And once I've gotten comfortable with those, a great way to kind of get used to switching over these, I call it filling the canvas, which is where you fill every single 8th note with the arpeggio. So over this, I have 2 beats, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's a 2-bar loop. I have 2 beats, or half a bar of B flat major. I have half a bar of D minor, and then I have a full bar of E flat major. So that might look like this. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... Once I've gotten comfortable doing that, I can probably do it in time with my loop or my backing track. Yeah, I screwed that up one more time. So now I'm getting comfortable with where those arpeggio notes are. The next step is just try to play simple melodies only using notes from the arpeggios. So that might sound like this. I'm thinking B flat over the B flat chord. I'm just playing. Let me try that again. There, I reached out of position to get one. But all I'm doing there, and let me pause this, all I was doing was playing arpeggios. So I'm restricting myself to only playing arpeggios. Now, of course, once I've figured out here and I'm starting to feel comfortable, I could move it to the next kind of shape of the arpeggio. So that would be my B flat. My D minor would be here. And my E flat would be here. Let's actually do that for a second. Yeah, that was not good. There, I'm hitting kind of all of my marks, right? I'm nailing those arpeggio sounds. And this is how you get better at playing arpeggios over things, is you just worry about playing arpeggios. Now, let's say I was going to branch out and I was going to try to do this with pentatonics over it. So now my thought process would be going at, say, B flat major pentatonic. There's my first position there. D minor pentatonic for D minor, and then E flat major pentatonic for my E flat. Notice how I'm not playing B flat major with my root here on the E string, and then D minor here, and then E flat major here. I'm trying to find places where they all sit in the fingerboard. And now again, I'm going to set the limitation for myself when I'm practicing playing over this to just be playing notes from those pentatonic scales when the chord happens. So that might sound like this. There I threw in an arpeggio, but it was an arpeggio that's from that D minor pentatonic scale. So in the process of getting better at things, I think oftentimes students can be overwhelmed and they're like, I want to have my pentatonics down, my arpeggios down, my modes down, whatever it is. And that's awesome. Obviously, you want to have as many tools at your disposal as possible, but when you're working on strengthening a particular aspect of it, restricting yourself is actually the fastest way to make progress, because then you have clear goals that you're trying to do. Setting the limitation will kind of hack your creativity into actually producing something, rather than if I went, okay, play anything under the sun over B flat major while I'm trying to get comfortable with any one of these aspects. I have too many options to even get started is basically the thing. So I just wanted to make this video talking about how restrictions in your practice can actually be the best thing that you do for yourself, as well as showing you some practical ways of restricting yourself when you're working on playing over something. So if you found this video useful, I'd really appreciate it if you could like and subscribe. It truly helps me out more than you could know. If you want to take a guitar lesson with me, there's a link to get in touch with me down in the description. I'd love to work with you on whatever's troubling you on the guitar. If you're looking to support me in the free educational content that I put out here on the channel, you can subscribe to my Patreon down below. All of my patrons get early access to videos, as well as some cool behind-the-scenes sneak peeks at stuff that I'm working on and doing. Another great way to support the channel is to purchase either my ebook or my video course all about triads on the guitar. It's a great way to support the channel and, again, get some more in-depth educational content than I could post in a 10 to 15 minute YouTube video. Last but not least, I've got new videos coming out every single week, so I hope I'll see you in the next one. And until I do, I'll wish you a wonderful day, and I hope you have some fun playing the guitar. Thanks.